Arrow with the Swiss Global Independent Business Owners Training Review number 20. And today's call was a very special call because I did it. Jeff wasn't there. I was replacing Jeff. He's out of town on vacation. And actually, it was a real cool call, I thought, because basically what I did was I just shared an idea. I'm a big idea guy. I come up, I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I lay in bed for just a few minutes, anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, and I let some idea that just happened to be in my mind that morning just role play through my head, and then I'll hop up out of bed and I'll go straight to a notepad and I'll start writing it down. And the funny thing is I had a plan for this call today, but yesterday I woke up with an idea, and I wrote this idea down, and I went ahead and just shared my idea with the group today, and that was what my phone call was about. And we have John here joining us today. So, John, were you on the call?
Actually, Paul, I was on that call twice. I listened to it through the first time, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to get into talking about that with you this morning. And I re-listened to it again on replay so I can take some detailed notes so that we could banter about it. But happy Monday. It's an exciting day, dude. Great call this morning, by the way.
Excellent. Well, I had a thought here that we might try to role play out this phone call that I presented on the call this morning. What do you think?
I think that's a fantastic idea.
All right. Well, then let's just go right into it, and let's just say, ring, 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 Mr. John Leister. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Who's this?
Hey, it's Paul Romero, man. I haven't talked to you in a while. How you been?
Oh, Paul. Hey, no, I've been great. I've been fantastic, actually. How you been?
Good. I'm just got things going on. Been working my tail off. Things have been turning out pretty good for me. I don't know. I'm just sitting around, kind of not really doing nothing today, and I guess just thinking about people and stuff. And I just we haven't seen each other in a while or anything. I'd like to take you out to lunch this week sometime, and just kind of kick it and shoot the shit and talk about stuff. Maybe talk about our futures and things like that.
Well, you know me, Paul. I love getting together for lunch, and I love having our conversation. So let's do it.
Cool. How about Thursday? Does that work for you?
Yeah, Thursday. Say I've got some stuff in the morning, but can you meet around noon?
Noon, yeah. Well, it is lunch, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Thursday will work out great.
All right. Hey, listen. I found this really cool thing the other day. It was called the retirement game, and I thought I did it. I thought it was kind of fun. Would you be willing to take a few minutes and write up a like these? I think it's like 5 lists of like 10 things, and bring them to our lunch, and we can compare notes on them and have a good laugh.
You got me doing homework to meet you for lunch? No, actually, no. That sounds fun. Yeah, that sounds cool.
All right. Well, let me get your email address. Well, I actually already have your email address, so I'll shoot you over a little outline of this, so you don't have to try to sit here and remember. I'll give you an outline of what these lists are all about here, but you don't need to remember them. I'll shoot that over so you can just have it. You'll be able to do it. All right.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, basically, it's like I said, it's 5 lists. It'll only take you about 15, maybe 30 minutes if you go kind of hog wild on it. There's just like 10 items a piece on each list. But the first list is to just think about, and the whole concept here is to think about like where you are right now, and project yourself forward to where you want to retire, and then kind of figure out when that's going to be, and how you're going to do it and all that sort of stuff. And so the first list is basically, once you get to retirement age, is like, what is your monthly nut? What are you going to need to live off of to survive your retirement, basically? Just the basics: your housing, your insurances, your transportation, your nutrition, that kind of stuff. And then just make a list of all that stuff, and then break it down to, what each item is going to cost you, on a monthly basis, kind of thing.
Okay.
And then the second, okay.
Like my cost of living, and just kind of break down the costs, like home payment, health insurance, maybe some healthcare costs, my grocery bill, telephone and cable, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, all the stuff that's going to be with you pretty much till the day you die. You know what I mean? All that stuff that you're going
Yeah.
to have to pay every
There's
day.
always going to be some sort of bill coming in. Right. Okay. I got you on that.
Okay. Second list is once you get to retirement, right? What are you going to do? How are you going to fill your days, right? What are the things that you like doing now that you'd want to definitely continue doing in your retirement? Maybe the things that you're not able to do as much of now that you want to be doing in retirement. Just kind of how you're going to fill your days, your basic items like hey, I plan on going fishing every Saturday, or whatever the case is. I just I want to be able to spend 3 hours every day, Monday through Friday, working on my little hot rod. Just whatever kind of things that you anticipate, how you envision your retirement. You know what I mean? The things that you can do on a daily, a weekly, maybe bi-monthly or monthly basis. Don't include any like big, big major projects in this, like something, I mean, like I want to do this at least once, or I plan on doing this once a year type of situation. Basically, just kind of like your daily routine. And then do the same thing money-wise, kind of like on your list here. And you can keep this to just 10 items if you want, or you can do whatever you want with the list, but at least like 10 items if you can. And then just kind of put in I mean, even if you go fishing every Saturday, right? You might think, hey, well, that's free. That's not going to cost me any money. But in reality, I mean, you got to drive to the fishing hole, and you got to pick up a little bucket of worms on the way. So there is a cost involved. So kind of associate a cost to each one of these things and what it's going to cost you each month to do, just to fill your days.
Yeah, well, I've got, actually the fishing, you get when I get there, I have to park. I got to pay for my fishing license. I want to hunt a lot, so if you consider the price of a couple bullets and cleaning my gun, so a gun cleaning kit. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So
Yeah.
just try to attach a cost to each of the daily activities that I do.
Right, exactly. Just so
Okay.
you can kind of total that up to what it's going to run you each month, sort of thing. And then the third list. This is your kind of special things. This is like, hey, these are like 10 things that I'm going to do when I retire. Okay, like for me, I've never owned a brand new car. One of the things on my list here is I'm going to buy my first, last, and only brand new car when I retire. Right? Okay. You might have items on your list like, hey, maybe your kids are growing up by then. They've got some kids of their own, and when I get to retirement, I'm going to want to take all the grandkids to Disneyland at least once, or maybe you want to do it once a year, or however that might go, or maybe you got a dream of just being like, hey, I just want to open up a little. I just want to open up a little tiny gun shop on the corner. I don't even care if it makes money. I just want a place to hang out and talk guns with people, or I mean, whatever it is,
Yeah.
but just like 10 things, and the key to this is 10 things that you really feel strongly, 100% belief that you actually will do these things. These aren't the big pie in the sky dreams and hopes of, one day I'd like to, wake up and fly to the Swiss Alps and ride a gondola and fly home. I mean, not things that you just hope and dream that maybe they could happen.
Right.
Things that you really, really believe that once you get there, I'll be able to do these 10 awesome things.
That just sounds like fun, actually.
Yeah, I told you this was going to be kind of cool. So then the fourth list is uh, take a look now, kind of take stock of your retirement, and right now, look at where you're at right now, what you have going as far as you getting to your retirement, and what you plan on adding to that to the day that you do get to your retirement, and what do you have at that point in time? What will you have? Like, what will your net worth be? What kind of assets will you have? What will your monthly income be? Your cash flow? Where's it going to come from? All that sort of stuff. Kind of put all that together, and don't go crazy with this. Don't sit down and crunch the numbers and get all detailed about anything. You really want to just do this like on a top of your head kind of a thing. Like, hey, where am I at right now? This is what I got going for retirement. Boom, boom, boom. Jot it down, right? And then get to okay, well, let's see. Okay, I got X amount of years. I plan on doing this, this, and this. Boom, jot it down. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, so by the time I get there, I should have this. Should look like this. Boom, jot it down. Don't go crazy. Don't get into this. Be realistic. That's a key, obviously. Don't go pie in the sky on this either. Be realistic about what you think you might have, and just kind of paint a picture that when we sit down, you can kind of show me that this is where I'm at. This is what I expect to do. This is what I'll anticipate having, just so I can kind of get a visual of what you got there. Make sense?
Yeah, no, that does, absolutely. You said something about emailing me this stuff. Yeah, definitely email me this.
Yeah, like I said, I don't.
I get the gist of what you're saying. You want me to put together a list of my basic necessities and kind of what those costs will be, and then obviously what I'm actually going to be doing for fun on a daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis. Make a list of that and the costs involved. And the third list you wanted me to make was the special things. Like I'm a big family man. That's probably why you mentioned the Disneyland thing to me. I'd love to be able to take my all my grandkids. I've got 2 children now, so I'm hoping that they give me at least 2 grandkids apiece. So I'd love to take them to Disneyland. So and then the fourth one was basically without going pie in the sky, just a couple of my was it dreams you said?
No. Take stock of what your retirement looks like.
Take stock of what I'm looking like now and the assets I want to have, and basically where I'd like to see my retirement.
Yep, that's it.
You know what? That's actually stuff that everybody should be thinking about, Paul. That's awesome. So yeah, I will. Go ahead and send me that email. I'll put this. I'll put a couple of things together for us to talk about.
Yeah, I found this and I ran through it myself, and I thought it was kind of cool. And I was like, it made me think about some things in a different way, and I thought, you know what, I need to share this with some people. This is kind of fun and it's cool. And then there's one more list though. So as soon as when you get this and you get these first 4 lists completed, give me a call or shoot me a text, and I'll shoot you the instructions for this final list. I don't want to give it to you now because, quite honestly, this last list has the ability to change the way you think in doing these first 4 lists. So this is just another very short 10-item things. It's actually the funnest one of all. So
saving the best for last. You baited me on this, Paul. That sounds great, man.
Okay, cool. All right, man. Well, you know what? Let me go when you finish. I'll shoot you the email. Let me know when you finish the first 4, and I'll shoot you over the email for the 5th one, and then I'll be seeing you on Thursday at noon.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Hey, and where are we going to go, by the way? Your choice. I'm buying.
Oh, you're buying? Yeah. All right, sushi it is.
Sushi it is then. All right, brother. Talk to you later.
Simple. I like it. I think that's a very effective way to get people thinking. And one of the things you mentioned on the call today was how in network marketing is really a relationship business. So what better way to build a relationship with your prospect than to get into personal type things like this and start a real conversation that isn't just your typical small talk, taking the person out to a lunch and getting into these concepts. I mean, this is a relationship business, and I think that's a fantastic way to build a relationship.
Yeah, like you said, it's a way to get your conversation away from the standard BS, nothing talk, and like you said, talk about get a conversation going about something real and something serious, something with some meat on it, something that comes from the heart, kind of a thing that really has an impact and gets somebody really thinking. So that was the cool part. And now, for those of you that are on the call, let me just throw out what that 5th list is once they finish the first 4 and we send them the email. The 5th list, basically, the invite or the instructions will go something like this. This is the fun list. This list, you do not have to think about how any of this is possibly ever going to happen, okay? The first 4 lists, put them out of your mind. They don't count. They don't apply to this whatsoever. You're going to look at this list. You're going to go into writing this list in the manner thinking like this, that first of all, you don't have to spend 1 minute thinking about the bills, when they're due, how much they cost, anything like that, because there's plenty of money. They're all on auto pay, and you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. So that's out of your mind. Once the bills are all paid, there's so much money left over there that you can literally do whatever your heart desires. Anything. Doesn't make a difference. Anything at all. I mean, it can be as ridiculous as, ridiculous gets. I'm not going to give any examples here because I don't want to influence your thoughts, because we're all unique beings and we all have different ideas, and you might have something on your list that I might look at it and go, are you crazy? Why the heck would you even want to do that? So I don't want to influence you at all with any ideas whatsoever, but this is go pie in the sky. This is anything that you could possibly think of that you would just love to be able to at least maybe do just once in your life, or something that you would love to be able to do, and don't even think or worry about how or where the money's going to come from. Just pretend it's there. That's the way the fifth list runs. And then when you get to the meeting, um, basically, you're going to run through these lists with these guys in a little bit of a different order. But what do you think about that final list?
That final list is, I think, the key. I think that's the one that lets people use their imagination and lets people dream build upon, what they've kind of set their costs to, that will get them shooting for the stars, shooting beyond what they think is possible, and actually get down on paper some real goals and some big dreams. I think that's key.
Yep. Well, we're out of time here, John. Do you think should I run through the meeting real quick, kind of give people an idea how it goes? Should we go a couple minutes over today?
You know what? I think so. I think you can kind of sum it up in 2 minutes. I think you should go ahead and let them know how the meeting goes, and then how to extend the invitation to Swiss Glow Global.
Cool. All right, then, real quick. So the meeting goes like this. You start out with list number 4, which is their taking stock of their financial deal. You look at that. You kind of get an overview of what they anticipate their numbers are going to be, right? Then we go to list number 1. We look at what their monthly nut is, and we compare what we total up their monthly nut. We compare that to what they're looking at as their retirement, and then we go back to list number 2, look at their daily routine, their monthly routine, tally up the costs of that, add it to the monthly nut, take it back to list number 4, compare the numbers there. Then we go to list number 3, and we look at the special things, the 10 special things. We tally up the cost of those, break it down to a monthly cost, and then take that monthly total and again go back to the financial, and we make the comparisons. Now, what we're expecting here, what we're anticipating, is the fact that sometime during this process of adding up these 3 lists, they're going to run out of money. And when they run out of money, obviously the sooner they run out of money, the better for us, because that's going to heighten their anticipation of the fact that, wow, I really need something more, and they're going to open up their minds to our possible invitation of presenting our opportunity to them. So then, now that they've run out of money, now we go into dream killing, because they don't have any money to potentially see or do any of these dreams on their list. But we don't dream kill just by going, and look, you're never going to be able to do this, and you're never going to be able to do this, and you're never going to be able to do this. That's not how we want to dream kill. We want to go the exact opposite of that. And we want to dream build. We want to look at their dream list and go, wow, you really wanted to do that? That is so awesome. But man, that would really take a pile of cash to take care of that. But look at this, man. That's something I always wanted to do too. We want to build up their dreams, make them realize how awesome the things that are on their dream list are. Build up those dreams hugely, so that then once you're done building up those dreams and they're all excited about their dreams, they fall back upon the idea of how unachievable those dreams are. And that's when we can swoop in with the invitation to go check out Swiss Glow Global and say, hey, you know what? If you really want to get to some of these dreams, you might want to look at this. And that's all I got, John. Why don't you take us with the closing word and get us out of here?
Yeah. I want to add one quick little thing, is that, Paul, that's after you get through that conversation, depending on how it goes, is when you would extend your invitation to Swiss Glow Global. And you didn't get to this, but you mentioned, like, at the end of the lunch, when you get through those lists with the people, that you can right then and there say, well, I'm involved with something that's changing my life, and it's actually making my dreams that we talked about on this list something that I'm going to be able to realize in my retirement. If I give you a link to check out this week, that's going to explain what I'm doing. If I give you this link, would you check it out? and they say yes, give them the link, and then ask them, when are you going to have a chance to check out this link? Great. You're going to be able to check it out by tomorrow afternoon Is it okay if I give you a call tomorrow evening and see if you have any questions and we can talk about it some more? Great. All right. Well, thanks for coming out to lunch. End it. Or if it's inopportune, and I won't get too deep into this, those 1-minute phone calls. If that didn't come up at lunch, you can go ahead and give them a call in a couple days and say, hey, I was thinking about that talk we had at lunch, and I'm involved with something right now that I think that would really help you to get to some of those dreams you're talking about building. And if I send you a link, would you check it out? So there's those two ways to intro them into Swiss Flow Global by using Paul's system. And I'm going to go ahead here and end this call, as we always do, with the Napoleon Hill prayer, which goes, O universe, I ask not for more riches, but more wisdom, with which to make wiser use of the riches you gave me at birth, consisting in the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever ends I might desire. Everybody go out there, make it a great week. Paul, thanks again. Good content today, buddy.
All right.